Well, while we're on the subject of lecturers, well, you are not unaware of the news about a certain lecturer in the University of Calabar, I mean, where you currently govern, a certain Cyril Ndifon who is being accused. What can you tell? Being accused of sexual harassment, and to the point that it must have been very, very embarrassing for you to even think about it, but. Because you govern that institution for now, what can you tell us, and how far so far?
Well, for the accusation of sexual harassment levied against one of my colleagues and the former suspended Dean of Faculty of Law, we leave that to the panel we have constituted. Yes, of course, I am aware of it, and we have given a press conference. We are putting measures, put up measures to see that going forward, such occurrences are curtailed. You can't completely eradicate sexual harassment in school. You can't eradicate that because it happens everywhere, every country, everywhere. It does happen, but the impunity, the serial abuse, the way and manner in which this is done is where it becomes a problem. And I think that in my university, we have put up so many measures that we know going forward, the Faculty of Law, nobody in the Faculty of Law will hold the students to ransom and make any female student so vulnerable to having a moral relationship with him. So we are doing so much. We, like I said, we have put about 7 committees in place. There is a committee now to assign students to supervisors because they are accused and alleged that the suspended dean normally will want to take all the female students to supervise, and that makes them vulnerable to his advances. Now there's a committee to handle that. There is a committee to look at mobilization to law school, which students alleged in their protest letter to us that they use that as an intimidation, as a way of getting some of them to succumb, that if they don't accept, they may not be mobilized to law school. We have set up a committee to do that. There is a resolve vetting committee. We have also made a clean sweep in the faculty where we have the acting dean for now, a woman, the sub-dean acting a woman, the faculty officer a woman. We want to give these students, we want to see that the students are protected, and so many other things were put in place to be sure that the students will get through this whole process. And I am accessible. My principal officers are all very accessible. And for your information, my 46,000 students all have my number. I have only one phone number, and it's available to all the students. So they have access to me, and that is why they can easily report the happenings, even in the Faculty of Law. As an administration, we have put in some checks that will make sure that going forward, that no longer, or we curtail that, really.
I really don't envy you right now. 46,000 students having your own phone number. I wonder what your WhatsApp must look like right now. But, you know, is there a role for the alumni of universities in curtailing this kind of situation and others like that? It is a little worrisome. Well, you said it's something that happens all over the place. It's still a little mysterious for me why, you know, people who are supposed to be under you, looking up to you, whose lives literally, you know, are in your hands, you know, have to be subjected to such harrowing experiences, which have scandalized so many down through the years. So is there a role for the alumni of any institution of higher learning in that regard to ensure that things go well in the universities and such things as you're having to go through now don't even come to you? The alumni can deal with it. Is there a role for them in ensuring that universities run well?
Yeah, the alumni has a role to play, but principally, the role of alumni will be based on extant laws. Now, if the president of the country will assent to the anti-sexual harassment bill that has been passed, and I think it has been passed on to him for assent, if he will assent to it, then it will help institutions at least be able to come and be able to also deal with some of these occurrences. So I will first call on the president of the country to please do assent to that bill to protect our girl child, to protect the female students, and to protect every other student who finds him or herself in a higher institution. Now, going forward on the role of alumni, for instance, in our university, we have a very robust alumni body supported by the Endowment and Trust Fund, which is chaired by His Excellency Mr. Donald Duke, and the alumni national president, Professor Yakubu Ochefu, and the board of trustee chairman. They are all doing very well. Like we had this problem when this issue came up on the 14th of the month. Everybody called. People are worried. They have gone on air. They are making their own comments as press statements. In fact, the BOT chairman of the alumni had even threatened court action with such randy lecturers. They are all concerned. So what alumni should do is perhaps to organize more public fora, organize workshops, conferences, maybe retreats even with lecturers and even the students more, so that we can all build the confidence level of the students to say no at any time. We can all make sure that the students are properly groomed and to speak out when they think that they are threatened. And I think we make sure that we move the students from being timid to those students who can actually speak out, who are vocal, and who can say, look, I'm being harassed, and come out and speak. So what I will also ask the alumni to do is to interface with the students, to interface with the alleged abused students, so that build their confidence, so that they can come out and to the panel and present evidence and talk to the panel. That's all I can say. The alumni should do right now, outside other functions that we expect alumni to raise money to support the university.
Expectedly, Prof.